Let's now talk a little bit about what the buttons on Vader's suit actually do according to Legends. In it, as alluded to, it's explained the buttons controlled the life support system of Vader's suit and that pressing them could almost instantly incapacitate and kill him. This was a detail partially introduced to explain the inconsistency created by the prequels in how Vader fights. Specifically, why he went from Anakin acrobatic style to one that was more carefully and extremely reserved. With the change being explained away by Vader needing to focus on protecting these buttons from being pressed, both by physical attackers and by Force users. In reality, in the original trilogy, Lucas was simply adamant that lightsabers were extremely heavy, and thus the characters needed to keep two hands on the device and movements were much slower and more muted as a result. Obviously, for cinematic reasons, he'd later change his mind in the prequels on this point, and likewise have every Jedi turn into a gymnast. But going back to the buttons, according to such sources as the reference book Darth Vader, a 3D reconstruction log, which goes into detail about the specifics of Vader's armor, the big red button on Vader's chest was a manual override switch which allowed Vader to exert himself more than his suit would normally allow with the proper tweaking of some of the other controls on his chest plate and belt. The blue button located above this red one, on the other hand, returns control to the suit's automated systems. The other buttons on his chest are noted by the book to be programmed touch plates, save for the rightmost red button, which when pressed would reset all of Vader's life support systems, including heart rate regulation. During the reset process, Vader would be more or less disabled for a time and near death while things came back online. So yes, Vader would be easily defeatable by any Jedi via said Jedi simply using the Force to press the reset button on his suit, then sweeping in quickly while he's partially disabled and lopping his head off. As such, in any duel, as alluded to, Vader always had to carefully guard his chest piece above anything else, both with his lightsaber and the Force. Nevertheless, something like this happened in the expanded universe when Antimus Tremaine almost defeated Vader by pressing a button on his chest panel, causing Vader to collapse while gasping for air. Vader also has a belt that has 3 small control boxes on it, with the left one including controls for regulating his breathing manually, particularly handy when trying to sneak up on your son in a dark corridor in Cloud City, or as mentioned, a bunch of rebels in Rogue One. As for the other boxes, the middle one is said to contain spare energy cells and some basic communications equipment for emergencies, as well as audio sensors. The buttons on the rightmost box are temperature controls, allowing Vader to adjust his suit's internal temperature to suit his needs.